This is our second day building the RC balloon envelope, and today you're watching about 6 hours of work cut down into 4 minutes. We're still cutting the material for the RC balloon envelope, and even though the time lapse makes it look fast, this part of the build actually takes a lot of patience. Before a balloon can fly, every single panel that makes up the envelope has to be cut out, and there are a lot of them. At the beginning of the day, we had some friends come over to help us, which made a huge difference. When you're working with large sheets of balloon material, having extra hands and friends makes the whole process go a lot smoother. Some people are helping hold the material flat, someone else is chalking around the templates, and someone over on the left is cutting. Honestly, this has been my favorite part of the project so far, having friends over. It turned into a mix of engineering and hanging out with friends, while it feels like an arts and crafts project. Everyone helped move the project forward. We're cutting here all the individual panels that will eventually form the shape of the RC balloon envelope. When all of these pieces join together, they create the full balloon envelope. The curves in these panels are actually really important. The geometry is what determines the final shape of the balloon and how evenly the material carries the load. So even though this part of the process looks repetitive, accuracy matters a lot. If a panel is off by even a little bit, that small error can multiply once everything is assembled. So, as you can see, the routine's pretty simple. Lay out the materials, line up the template, mark the curve with chalk, and then carefully cut the pieces out. Then we do it again, and again, and again, and again. When you multiply that by 24 panels, it adds up to several hours of work. Another challenge is just managing the material itself. The panels are long, flexible, and they don't always behave the way you're trying to keep everything lined up. It's one of the reasons that it helps to have multiple people working together during this stage. About halfway through our video, our friends head out, and from that point, it's mostly just me and my daughter continuing the cutting process. The pace definitely changes at that point. Instead of a small team working together, it becomes a slower rhythm of measuring, aligning, and cutting one panel at a time. This is also when we start double checking our measurements and make sure each piece matches the template exactly. It's a lot easier to fix a small mistake when cutting than it is later when the balloon is already being assembled. Even though the time lapse makes everything look quick, in real time, there's a lot of stopping to check our edges, to smooth out the material, and make sure the curves stay accurate. By the end of the process, you end up with a big stack of precisely shaped panels, which is what we want. Right now, it looks like just a big pile of curved material over in the corner, but eventually all of these will come together to form our full balloon envelope. Cutting the panel is really just the first big step, and it definitely helps with friends showing up and turns a long day of cutting materials into something a lot more fun. Definitely glad to have our friends come by today. Thanks. Thanks for watching day 2 of our RC balloon build. Stay tuned tomorrow to see what we do next.